What makes a motorcycle or two-wheeler worthy of being in an enthusiast's collection? Is it mere popularity? Well, if that is the case, then by that standard, the owner of every Activa in this country is a collector. But that isn't the case, is it? I believe that for any machine to be considered as a collector's item, a lot has to go right and a lot has to go wrong as well. While it certainly needs to have performance, notoriety and charm, what history and fables have taught us over the years is that it is almost always a matter of circumstance as well. And that is where I see the 2024 Yamaha MT-03, a street naked that is truly unlike anything out there. And by the end of this video, I will come to what's wrong with it and why it makes it so right. One look at this street fighter and it is clear that you are in the presence of an MT bike, a series known for being punchy and agile across its iterations worldwide. But as you get closer, you understand that there is more to it than the Yamaha MT-03 that we are used to seeing on Indian roads. Beyond the familiar twin-eye LED DRLs and the twin-beam LED projector lurks a more muscular and profound iteration of an MT, which becomes more apparent when you come to the side profile, when you first get a glance at the 321cc parallel twin motor for the first time. However, it is the tail design that is perhaps my favorite part of this motorcycle, because its sharp design and upswept shape is undeniably Japanese and feels timeless and has hints of the golden era of fully fared bikes from the country. Details like that are what set the MT-03 apart from anything else in its segment. And the biggest reason is that this is the only street fighter motorcycle in its segment that offers a parallel twin engine. Another truly Japanese characteristic of the MT-03 is the low seat height of 780 mm. As soon as you swing your leg around this bike, you feel like you have just logged in. The handlebar position gives your upper body a relaxed posture, while the high-set foot pegs give you a sporty feel. Once you have fired up the engine and slotted in first gear, that is when the motorcycle truly starts to feel unique. The 321cc parallel twin makes 42 PS at 10,750 RPM and 29.5 Nm of torque at 9,000 RPM. But that does not mean that you need to pull the bike hard to get a smile on your face. That is where the MT-03 really starts to charm you. You expect a bike that looks like this to be a snappy hellraiser, but the torquey parallel twin just opens up a new world of possibilities. Do not get me wrong, the straight-out acceleration of the MT-03 is a punchy affair. It might even get ahead of you in the higher gears, but it was the effortless torque at low speeds and the tall third and fourth gears that really surprised me. Getting to 80 km per hour from rolling speeds feels instant and effortless, and most of the torque kicks in from 4000 RPM itself, making the bike feel a lot more progressive and friendly than you would expect. Overtakes can feel like a breeze or a slingshot depending upon your mood, because it feels like the throttle and fueling just deliver what you ask of the bike each and every time. Coupled with the fact that this bike has a wet weight of just 167 kg and a diamond frame, you cannot help but feel the need for speed. And speed, it does really well in every way that matters. Even though it is a middleweight motorcycle, the MT-03 feels planted at all times and carries speed in a very confidence-inspiring manner. And that is a good feeling to have, ask any rider in the world. A lot of that credit also goes to its 37 mm upside-down front forks and the long 573 mm swing arm with monocross suspension that give a firm yet balanced feel on smooth and uneven tarmac.
138 in progress.
Check this out.
However, when you push this motorcycle and then suddenly cut the speed by dropping a gear, that is where the box of curiosities of the MT-03 first rears its ugly head and begins an endless saga of questions that would confuse any potential customers. The 6-speed constant mesh gearbox is slightly heavy and might feel clunky, but the biggest disappointment is the absence of a slipper clutch, which means you drop a gear from over 60 km per hour and the bike feels like it's hopping, and that is not a nice feeling. More experienced riders can mitigate that by rev matching their downshifts, but that is not a solution for emergency cases. This is also the trigger point which brings to light the other chinks in the MT-03's armor, such as not having any modern tech apart from the dual-channel ABS. This MT does not offer riding modes, traction control, adjustable front forks, or even a color TFT screen. The heavy absence of tech takes a lot away from its sharp-edged persona and makes you take a closer look at its overall value proposition. Sure, the motorcycle feels raw and exciting, but at an ex-showroom value of Rs 4.6 lakh, the safety net in this motorcycle certainly feels lacking by a big margin without mincing any words. Now, of course, this street fighter comes into the country as a completely built-up unit, which is why it costs a bomb. But I think the absence of tech in today's landscape is what really brings that price tag under the spotlight. But that is also why the bad is really good too, in a specific use case. Because just like the BS4R3, the new BS6R3 and this MT-03 appeals to a very specific kind of buyer. The circumstance here is such that these imported Yamahas that cost close to Rs 5.5 lakh on road are most likely to be picked up by die-hard fans of the brand or enthusiasts who are looking for something more than just tech, and that is exclusivity. The shortcomings that are being highlighted by the spec sheet warriors today are the same things that will romanticize this machine when it eventually goes away. And that is when this Yamaha Street Fighter will be reborn as a legend and a collector's item.